Okay, I'm hoping this will work this time. OBS crashed. Oh my god. I think we're in a retrograde Mercury, aren't we, at the moment? I think that's what this is. Where's my little list? Where's my list? I think Mercury is retrograde at the moment. Let me just have a look. Da, da, da. Huh. Yes. Oh no. No. Not yet. Not until the 31st of May. So there we go. It's just a silly software thing. Okay, right. So what I'm going to have to do is just keep an eye on that. Right. Okay, start again. So, I wanted to come on today to expand on something that I completely forgot about when I did the Don't Let Them Nick Your Perch the other day. So, if I go on there, then I can see if it crashes or not. Okay. So, psychopaths. Yes, psychopaths. So, some people call these people... This is the people that, you know, some people call them controllers, some people call them royalty, some people call them globalists, some people call them satanic, but they're psychopaths, yeah. And as far as I can ascertain, they don't really have any religious anythings. They push religion on people to keep them controlled, absolutely. Well, they try to. But they are psychopaths, basically. And they have the people underneath them, known as secondary psychopaths. And they're the ones that kind of filter the control down through governments, through globalists, etc. Yeah. So, I'm hoping this this video will be slightly shorter because I've already done it once already. So, we were watching a very cool video by someone we follow. There's two people actually I want to mention in this video. One is Thomas Sheridan, who is an occultist, and go and check him out because he's quite eccentric. We don't agree with everything he always says, but this particular video about psychopaths and psychosis was very interesting. It explains why we're seeing what we're seeing, yeah. And it kind of tallies into what we've been saying for months about, you know, what happens when, you know, you get an animal cornered and it's dying. Well, it's going to thrash about and be, you know, be a bit crazy, yeah. And the other person I want to mention is Laurie Ladd, and she talks about, this is a video from a year or so ago, about how this planet is like an experiment, yeah. So keep those two things in mind. So before I carry on, I just want to give a little shout out to the links in the description below, where we have a couple of free giveaways. One of them is the Sekhmet Healing Meditations, which you can sign up for. And the other one is the free PDF self-assessment if you want to kick your toxic habits using witchcraft, yeah? Because I did that. I stopped drinking. I used to use alcohol as a crutch for confidence, yeah? And if I hadn't had a drink before I went out, I'd feel quite... well, I would go in, yeah. So yeah, I know what that's like to use alcohol as a confidence boost, yeah. And I haven't had a drink now since May 2016. There you go. And I'm more myself than I have ever been because I started using alcohol in that way when I was 14. And I'm 50 this year. So it's been many years of using alcohol as a crutch. Yeah? Anyway. So. Psychopaths. So who are these people? Yeah? Well, these people... if you think about it in a galactic sense, so not just this little planet, in a galactic sense. So when these particular souls, they're known as Dracos, when this particular soul group incarnates into a physical body on this planet, they have a very specific set of needs. Yeah. So they are a negatively charged soul group. What does that mean? It means they cannot directly plug into divine source energy, which is your creative energy. Yeah. So it's how you create everything around you, because everything around you, you have manifested. Yeah. Never forget that. Everything. Yeah. So because they can't plug into that, they have to feed a different way. And that means, because they're negatively charged, they have to feed off fear and war and all that stuff, greed and blah, 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 all that horrible stuff that is not our natural way of being. Yeah. Our natural way of being is to be in a state of universal love, bliss, joy, peace. So you can imagine, can't you, if you take the premise that this is an experiment. So go and check out Laurie Ladd's video. I will put the link in the description below when this is finished. And also the Thomas Sheridan one, because it is fantastic. The way he describes it is brilliant. It's making me laugh even now just thinking about it. Thank you, Thomas. So what you get is this experiment that's been going on. Yeah. That's gone a little bit skew with, yeah, because something happened that shouldn't have happened, but it did happen, and it allowed these Draco souls to come and be on this planet. So they've been doing this for many thousands of years, and there was something that we saw recently. I can't. Do you know what? I know I wrote it down, but it's around somewhere. Couldn't tell you where. I have many notebooks and many pens. And what I realised was that must have been when it started, this particular event, and I can't remember what it was. No. But it's been thousands of years anyway, and they've basically been perpetrating, they've been propagating fear and war, and the whole system is rigged to keep people in fear and keep people subjugated, keep people's creativity suppressed. Yeah. So when I say the whole system, I'm talking schools. The whole thing about and I always found this a bit weird. Yeah. So you go to school to get, to get into university or college or whatever, to get a good job, and then, when you've got that good job, you can buy the house, you can buy the car, you can buy all the other stuff, and then you have the kids, and then you have to work more to keep the house that you're never in because you're always working. That kind of doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to you. It's never made sense to me. Because I was quite adamant, actually. When I was quite young, I was never getting on that ladder. I was not going down the mortgage route. I wasn't even that inspired to go and carve out a career. In the 80s when, everyone was going out and carving out a career. I'm like, no. No thanks. I don't want to get on that particular roundabout. Thank you very much. Anyway, I digress. So yes, psychopaths. So what is happening? What is it that is making that stuff out there be the way it is? Okay, so we know that the awakening is here now. We know that our planet it's gone near to, who knows where it is now in relation to the central sun, but we know that central sun sends out gamma waves, yeah, which is a higher state of consciousness, which is the awakening, obviously. So as more and more people begin to wake up, they drop the fear. Yeah, they drop all that shit. Yeah, and they come from a lighter place, a place of universal love, bliss, joy, peace. Yeah. What then happens to the Dracos that feed off the fear? They begin to die. What happens when something is in the throes of dying? It starts thrashing about and being strange and going into psychosis. Because when a psychopath goes bad, it's psychosis. Yeah? Because they are very different to us. That's why we don't get, it's like, what are they doing? We can't wrap our heads around what they're doing because we are not like them. You know, most people on this planet are not psychopaths. There's a very small percentage of pure psychopaths. You can call them evil if you want. You know, they're psychopaths. Let's keep it grounded. They're psychopaths, yeah. They're secondary psychopaths. They're minions. Yeah, there's a few more of those. And you can include government in those, yeah. So, yes, the psychopaths are now in psychosis, which is why we're seeing the weirdness out there. And it is, you got to admit it, yeah, it is going a bit weird. It's like they're making up this weird shit, yeah, and it's like, I don't even know what that is. What is that? You know, we've had conversations with people, and even people who aren't quite awake yet, and they're going, but that doesn't make sense. Why? I don't get that. Exactly. Doesn't make sense. Because they are in psychosis. The psychopaths are going bad, so the psychopaths are now in psychosis. Okay? And when psychopaths go bad, it turns very strange. Yeah? So, the other thing I wanted to talk about was if you take that premise, yeah. So let's look under that particular rock. So if you go under the premise that this whole, not just the planet, but this universe is an experiment, yeah, that has gone slightly skew with, the people that are standing up and saying, actually, you're not going to experiment on me anymore. And that would be through, you know, that's, and we know people are turning off their tellies, they're cancelling their TV licenses, they're saying no to the V, yeah, they're saying no to it. They're saying no to Con 19 as well. They're saying no, not having it. So what that means, the more and more people that say no, it then it goes into the collective consciousness, yeah? If you don't know what that is, go and check out the, there should be a video about it on YouTube, actually, the 100 Monkeys experiment, yeah? It wasn't an experiment on monkeys. They just observed monkeys doing monkey things, yeah? Go and check it out, because it illustrates really well how that tipping point is reached, and then it kind of mushrooms, yeah? And you get this shift in the collective consciousness, yeah? So the more and more people who wake up and say no, the more that's going to affect the collective consciousness, and it exponentially builds, yeah? So you get more and more people who are coming from that place where they're saying no more of this shit. So what does that do to the, and I'm going to call them the Dracos, because that's what they are. Their soul group is Draco. They can't feed anymore, because if people aren't buying the fear, literally, then they can't feed. So they're dying. They are dying, yeah? So take some comfort in that, because this is an end of the old, bringing in the new. Yeah. So when we collectively, as a planet, as a universe, say nope, what do you think that's going to do? It's going to make them ramp up that fear even more. And there are plenty of government documents out there that actually detail exactly that. If you don't believe me, go and look up Mindspace, M-I-N-D space. Yeah, go and look it up because it details in there. There are so many documents out there that have come to light recently in the past few years, and I mean loads in the past year. Yeah, see, all the shit is floating to the surface because it's going to be alchemized. It gets alchemized and it gets banished to make way for the new. Yeah. So saying no, saying you will no longer experiment on me. I will no longer be a part of this experiment as it is right now. Yeah, which is not our natural way of being. It's very powerful. And because the Dracos have no real concept of what ascension is, they don't see it the same way as we do. Yeah, they'd see it as they're losing their money, or they're losing their wealth, or they're losing their grip on, the control of the people. Yeah, they would see it as that. So then they have to come up with new ways to try and keep us all enslaved, which is vaccine passports, or AI. Let's keep everyone under surveillance all the time. Yeah. Well, that I'm sorry. Yeah. Hello. This is the same lot of people who banged on about plastic bags in the 80s. Yeah, we must get rid of plastic bags because they're terrible. Yeah. I'm sorry, but we still have plastic bags, and we see them regularly in trees and on the floor, and Murphy likes to wee on them because that's what he thinks about them. I'm sorry, they can't even do something simple as get rid of plastic bags. And, when you look at some of these apps that they've, track and trace, didn't fucking work, did it? No. So, I'm sorry, I don't really put much faith in their control mechanisms. And the more and more people wake up, the less and less their control mechanisms are going to fucking work anyway. So, be inspired about that, because I know I am. Okay. I think that was it. Oh, I did want to also share, when we had our crow experience the other day, it was a positive crow experience, by the way, it wasn't a negative one. We got a gift a little bit further around on the marshes of 3 feathers. So I'm going to make a little something. And we also got a pheasant feather as well, because we heard the pheasant. We didn't hear him for a couple of days. And then on Saturday we heard him again. We heard him again this morning as well. So pheasant's all good. So I think that was it. Don't forget to check out links below. If you've liked this video, give it a fucking thumbs up, will you? Yeah? Share it. If you feel that people want to listen to me rambling on, then go and share that video too. And don't forget to press subscribe, because we've got quite a large number of people who watch our videos that haven't actually subscribed. So if you subscribe, it'll let you know. And subscribe, hit the bell, and then click all. Otherwise, YouTube determines what videos you can see, which is, that's shit. Also, we are on alternative video platforms now. We're on Odyssey and BitChute as well. Okay. And we're also on MeWe, which is our place where we do witchy stuff, because Facebook doesn't like witches, apparently. They kept messing up my group. So, yeah, I said, well, fuck you then. I'll go somewhere else. So I did. So, yeah, check out links below. There's loads of links below for courses and all the other stuff that we do. Yeah. So go and check it out below. I think that's it.
What is that one?
What?
That one question everyone should ask themselves. Where is the joy? Where is the fun?
Yeah, Ian's just said, ask yourself that question. Where's the joy? Where's the bliss? And are we having fun yet? No, sorry. Happiness is mandatory. Is everybody happy? where's the fun? Yeah. Because we're here to experience that. We're not here to experience the fear and the hate and the bleh. Yeah. Because our natural way of being is from a place of love, is peace, joy, and bliss. All right? So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to say be fearless and stay witchy. And I'll see you in the next video. We have many events coming up. Oh, that's what I wanted to say as well. If you sign up to any of our free offers, you'll also get details of events that are coming up as well, because we've got Lemuria coming up, we've got Moons coming up, we've got all sorts of stuff coming up. So if you sign up to any of our free offers, you will also get the event details when they are released. Fantastic. Right, I will see you soon. Until then, be fearless